Have you ever played a game where you felt like every move you made could reshape the world around you? Today, we dive into 10 games where your actions don't just impact the story, they transform the world itself. From crumbling cities to vibrant landscapes, what evolves with each decision? These games take immersion to the next level. Let's jump into a list of worlds that don't just react, but truly change based on what you do or don't do. We start with The Witcher 3. This game doesn't just throw you into a sprawling fantasy world, it makes you feel its changes. Every contract, conversation or battle you partake in has ripple effects. Villages you save from monsters might thrive, but if you ignore their cries for help, you'll return to find burned down ruins. Even seemingly minor side quests can lead to major world changes, leaving towns abandoned or bustling with life. And let's not forget the weather. It may start raining in a lush forest, but after you slay the beasts that plagued the land, the sky's clear and the world feels renewed. In The Witcher 3, your presence or absence has consequences, and what makes every choice weigh heavily on your shoulders. Next, let's talk about Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar's Western masterpiece is a living, breathing world, where time and choices mold the landscape around you. Towns grow and decay, animals migrate based on hunting patterns, and NPCs remember how you treat them. Arthur Morgan's decisions influence not just the story, but the entire wilderness around him. Help a stranger on the road and later you might find him offering a friendly discount. Ignore him and the next time you meet, he could be less welcoming. Even the in-game economy adjusts to your actions. Kill too many bison and you might see fewer pelts available in shops. Everything you do in Red Dead Redemption 2 feels like it matters, and the world rewards or punishes you accordingly. In Metro Exodus, the post-apocalyptic world is harsh, unforgiving, and most importantly, reactive. As you journey across Russia's irradiated wasteland, your choices affect entire regions. Save a group of survivors, and their base might become a safe haven. Ignore them, and you'll pass by it later, overtaken by mutants. The seasons shift as you progress, from the icy winter to the lush greens of spring, showing the world's natural cycle despite the devastation. But the real brilliance of Metro Exodus is how your moral decisions echo back, determining whether humanity still has hope, or if the world is truly doomed. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild introduced a new level of world interaction in the Zelda franchise. Sure, it's an open-world game, but it feels alive in ways we hadn't seen before. As you defeat powerful enemies, landmarks change, areas become safer, and NPCs react to your success. Time passes, weather shifts dramatically, and your actions influence where you can go and how you can navigate the map. Climb a mountain during a storm, and you'll need to find cover or risk getting struck by lightning. Revisit a village after taking down a massive enemy, and the townspeople will be overjoyed, building up their homes. It's not just a sandbox, it's a living world that changes with you. Obsidian's Fallout New Vegas takes player choice to an extreme. Each faction in the Mojave Wasteland has its own vision for the future, and your actions decide who will rise to power. Align yourself with the NCR, and you'll see their soldiers patrolling the streets, enforcing their laws. Side with Caesar's Legion, and the brutal dictatorship brings fear and order. Choose chaos and you can leave the entire wasteland in anarchy. But it's not just about the big factions. Small settlements and characters you meet along the way adapt based on how you treat them. Will the wasteland thrive or will it crumble? The world of New Vegas shifts around you, reflecting every choice you make. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, set in ancient Greece, doesn't just give you a playground to explore. It gives you the power to reshape entire regions. You are mercenary caught in the middle of a war between Sparta and Athens, and each battle you fight sways control of the land. Liberate a city from Sparta rule, and you'll see Athenians patrolling the streets. But it's not just about battles. Your choices in dialogue and side quests have long-term impacts. Some cities might prosper, while others fall into despair based on your actions. The world constantly shifts between light and dark, depending on which side you support, making the player a real force of change. In Horizon Zero Dawn, you witness a world reclaimed by nature, but it's far from static. The dynamic world responds to Aloy's journey as she uncovers the secrets of the ancient machines. As you disable machines and defeat enemy camps, the world starts to change. Roads become safer to travel, allowing humans to expand their settlements. But leave these threats unchecked, and the machines will overrun the wilderness, making survival harder for everyone. The contrast between civilization and wild machine dominance adds a playable sense of urgency to every step you take. In Horizon Zero Dawn, the world feels alive, constantly adjusting based on your successes or failures. Fable 2 was one of the first games that truly embraced the idea of world changing around the player. Your choices, both moral and practical, influence everything. Build up wealth, and you'll see cities thrive with new shops and homes. Act as a tyrant, and the land will reflect your darkness, with crumbling structures and fearful citizens. The weather even changes in response to major decisions, giving Albion a tangible sense of transformation. Fable 2 was ahead of its time in showing how player actions could alter a world in lasting and visible ways, making each playthrough feel unique. In Far Cry 5, the rural landscape of Hope County may seem peaceful at first, but it's far from it. As you liberate sections of the map from the control of a dangerous cult, you start to see tangible changes. Resistance fighters take over enemy outposts, rebuilding and fortifying them as safe zones. But it's not just about the combat. Your relationships with characters and how you approach missions have visible effects. Help a community and they'll remember you, offering aid in future missions. Ignore them and you might find two same communities overrun by cult forces the next time you pass through. The world of Far Cry 5 evolves as the player battles for control. Finally, we end with Dark Souls, a game the world changes not based on traditional morality, but through cycles of life and death. Lordan is a decaying world what shifts as you progress, with areas what evolve into even more dangerous places depending on your actions. Kill certain NPCs and entire storylines are wiped from existence. Unlock new bonfires and your journey becomes slightly more manageable. But Dark Souls takes it a step further, making the player's perception of the world feel constantly changing. It's not just about what happens to the land, it's about how you feel in the face of overwhelming odds, as the world transforms into something more daunting with every step. So, there you have it. 10 games where the world truly changes around you. If you're looking for games that make your actions matter, these are some of the best. Let me know in the comments which game world left the biggest impact on you. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the games we love.